Hello and welcome. I'm Gabriela from Sundial NZ, and it's February 2024. And today is a very special day because of two things. Firstly, my dear friend and wise woman, Trish Polcha, is here with me, and we are co-creating something very new. We are going to do a monthly reading through the evolution technology with the evolution coding cards that will attune you, your body, the intelligence that is held within you to the new next, into the new years. I call it also New Year's relationships, embodied ascension. This is really where we're taking relationships into a new level, a completely different level. We're moving away from holding everything in the mind. We're embodying intelligence and shifting from that place. But first, Trish, welcome, and please introduce yourself and say something that comes through for you that you would like to share.
Yes, thank you, Gabriela, and thank you for asking me to share this with you. My name is Trish Polcha, and I'm from New York, and I live on Long Island, which is about 80 miles from New York City, thank goodness. And Gabriela and I have been friends for what, 2.5 years
Oh,
or
it
so?
says, and
3
plus,
maybe.
yeah.
And we've gotten to know each other quite intimately in sharing our friendship and our woes and our tears and our happiness and our joys. And we share especially about how we're interacting with others in life and how we're sharing our joys and sorrows with them as well. And there's peaks and valleys, and that's part of life. And one of my gifts is to be able to listen and just say what comes through. Uh, and it's always a poignant, heart centered, related piece of information that my intention is to have it to go from our hearts to yours. So whatever intention that you create for these readings, please keep that in mind, that we are, as Gabriela said, we're focusing on the new earth, and the new earth is a beautiful, lovely place that we're all moving into, and it's our consciousness that's raising. And Valentine's Day is coming up, February 14th, so it's a good time to reflect on all relationships with siblings, parents, aunts, uncles, children, and relationship with the self. So thank you, Gabriela.
Beautiful. Thank you for being here. And towards the end, we both will share how you can contact us. Trish, of course, does readings as well that I do. And let's dive into it. Now, behind me, of course, you see this amazing carved wood dragon. It is February 2024, and very soon the official year in the Chinese astrology of the wood dragon is starting up. The frequencies, of course, are already moving, and the year 2024 we know is a year of power, of abundance, and the wood dragon itself, a mystical figure of dragons that pretty much can conquer anything, will accompany us throughout this year. It's, however, I think a really good thing to place in the beginning an intention that lifts you right into that presence of the now. And from there, as we attune through this reading, we really lift ourselves up in the next level of consciousness and embodying that through the coding. So I propose that we attune first to our new next, to call in source intelligence, the divine frequency of 963, and then I will mix the cards and start the spread. As we go through it, both of us, Trish and I, will share what we channel, what we pick up, and then we will code us into that. Sounds okay, Trish?
Sounds great.
Okay, let's begin just simply hands on heart, closing our eyes, connecting within. And even hands on heart allows us to be in touch with ourselves. Our intention is to travel through this year to bring in the highest available frequencies into the new next in relationships with others, with ourselves, with nature, outside programmed reality. So breathe in a beautiful breath, a white blue light. As you breathe it in, trace the brain, bring the light down the spine, breathe it out through your mouth. Taking a few breaths, imagine bringing this white blue light through your brain, down the spine, out through your mouth, raising the frequency within your body, switching on that intelligence and technology that your body is ready to step up. Beautiful. And we invite source intelligence to bring in the highest available frequencies. I ask that we hear, see, feel, and know what we need to in order to rewire our cellular memory, DNA, to health, vitality, to sovereignty, to truth within us, the expression of source intelligence frequency of 963 as we move month by month through this year, being open for the new next. And then we can open our eyes and I will shuffle the cards.
Yeah, when you were speaking, Gabriela, at the end, when you said the open new next, that really stood out. And I think that to allow newness to come into our lives and inspiration with relationships, we have to intentionally be an open container for something new to come in.
Yeah, perfectly said. Yes, Trish, very much so. We can't receive without being open. And I thank you all for being here and being open to this new next, this new frequency. Okay, and speaking of that, the first card that I received here is truly, absolutely honoring this. It's the first position in this reading is really about acknowledging the frequency or the place where you are at. And the 19 is, I'm having little chills happening here already. The 19 is really saying, okay, we're in a place of new earth. We're in a place of creating new. The 1 and the 9, it's up to the 10. The 10, it's up to the 1. It's the acknowledgement we're not in the past, we're not in the future, we're in the here and now. We're in creation of new leadership, new frequencies, new earth. And it says that, Trish, what comes up for you as you look at the 19?
Looking at the level of that card, that it's not a beginner newness. It's a higher frequency of newness, and it's the knowing of the self that has never been known before or done before. It's that brand new. And that's what the New Earth frequencies are about, to look at every situation from the highest absolute perspective and not to get caught in old patterns.
I love that what you said, the knowing of the knownness.
I don't know what I don't know.
It has never been done
Oh,
before.
yeah,
You're
it's never.
already a master. You're here. Sure, no matter where you are on your journey, on your evolution journey in relationship, you've come a long way. This is the acknowledgement. It's really, yeah, again, no matter what relationship that this is speaking to you for, but it's acknowledged as a knowing, a mastery
Mm-hmm.
on a high level. Beautiful.
Yeah, and also if if um, if someone's listening to this reading and actually taking the time and energy to apply it to a relationship you have, this card says that even if you don't know, you know. So, and if you feel that you don't know, then ask. You can ask the divine, ask the God of your choice. Show me what it feels like to know this. And then just wait a moment and just let it come in, and it'll be there for you.
Mm. And of course, Trish is really speaking about those intuitive gifts, powers that we all have and that we can fine tune. When you ask that intelligence or universal wisdom that is accessible to us all. Okay, let's see. The second card that is coming is also a mastery card, is reflecting really what is either already within you or reflected to you in your environment. And very beautifully, even your environment there or the reflection is showing a mastery. It's speaking about collaboration, really some foundations that you have laid around soul family, around whether it's relationship, whether again, and actually relationships that can be embodied and multidimensional relationships, but there's some real mastery and some real solid foundations that you've laid, and that is being acknowledged. So you have stuff within you that you've come a long way, Trish.
Yeah, and this position too is how that's that solid level of what Gabriela was just referring to, this that your relationships and the world around you is reflecting back to you if you pay attention to it. If you look at it and notice that you do have support, you do have people around you to ask, and you have the ability to hold another level of divine nature in what you're experiencing with your relationships and groups also too. Your relationships has to do also with groups, family maybe, or your own family or organizations you belong to. Everything in this new earth is uprising, up leveling.
And what's come through with me is, even if there is a relationship that is still challenging you, within this card, it is reflected back to you. Yeah, even if not everything is bright and sparkly, but you have some connections, some groups, or even a single person that gets you, that is soul connected to you or soul family to you. So for you to remember this, even if there are some challenges present, there are some people, there is a group of people, or could even be dragons or entities that you can communicate with and that you are really soul connected with.
Yeah, even guardian angels. Your own guardian angel.
Yeah, Yeah. So the third position in this reading is the position where the divine really wants you to take notice of. This is where it says you can grow here. And this is the 27. Let me just shift this a little bit up here. The 27. And so look at that movement within. We have movement in this one, but we have certainly like even light speed movement. And so maybe things are moving at lightning speed for you. And it doesn't necessarily say what direction. However, what it is reminding you of is you are the divine. You do not need to compare yourself with anyone. You have the reflection of the divine and hold that in your own unique mastery, in your own unique presence. So no more need to compare, to say, oh, I need to learn this, that, or the other. Hold yourself, hold your sovereignty. You are a master and you go from there. Trish.
Yeah, this position and the quality, the intensity of this card, this is, like Gabriela said, where you can grow. And it's also might be something hidden from you, maybe a hidden thought, a hidden talent, a hidden idea. But because it's a 27 and because that equals a 9, it refers to, the old namaste, the God in me sees the God in you. So this is seeing the best reflection that you can in someone, even if you don't like them. Look for it. Even if it's hard, it's challenging. Because this card says you've got it. It's built within you to have this ability to do that. And it makes every relationship holy, so to speak. It makes every relationship something to learn from at the highest level, even the most challenging.
Yeah. And if you think of yourself and think back, or the times where you got caught up in a loop of maybe shame, in a loop of not good enoughness, in a loop of being small, it's finished. If you get really hooked into it, recognize it, pause, shift, and remind yourself of this. Yeah, you are, like Trish saying, the namaste, the divine within the divine, the God within the God. You are it, and this position is saying, girl, boy, person, you've got this. Yeah.
Yeah, Gabrielle, I'm glad you brought that up about because it is in the hidden area, the personal feelings we have about ourselves, especially if we're not into looking into ourselves and how we function in the world with other people, that we might have old feelings of not good enough or feeling unworthy in relationships and behave a certain way because of that. But this is saying all of those things are just programs, and that, as Gabriela said, we can rise above it and just know the truth is at the base of everybody. We're our divine nature.
Yeah. Beautiful. Wow, another one in the 20s. So we are absolutely, whoever is watching us, whoever is traveling this journey, this attunement with us, is in mastery. And these are all so far frequencies of mastery. So really, my respect, from me to you. You are a master. As you're here listening, watching this, you are a master, and you're here to really shine your light, this February reading, this attunement, this beginning of this journey through the months that we're doing here in regards to you stepping into your new next in relationship. There is so much power here. And again, see the dynamics in this card, this spiral of the white blue light as we look at it as source intelligence. It's just like there is like a vortex building in momentum that supports you to hold your mastery. We have the 2 and the 6 here is an 8. So much power here. It's no longer time to play small. If you catch yourself playing small, attune yourself to yourself, reset. The divine has your back. You're covered. You're here to shine. You're here not to be stuck. You're here to be in momentum of expression, of source intelligence in your relationship. And the levels of consciousness, I'd be super curious, for anyone to feedback through the year the changes that they notice in their consciousness levels as we go together through this year. So I will love to hear back. Trish, what comes up for you?
Well, that position is how we co-create with the divine. And it's, as Gabriela said, the 8, it's an 8, but it's a very high 8. And an 8 means flow. And noticing the spiraling of the beauty of that spiral, the universal, that's universal love. It's always available. And the personal power and the worldly power that comes with that is what you can bring to all relationships. And again, if it feels that's not me, well, then ask, show me, because the power is there. Absolutely. It's a beautiful, beautiful, all beautiful cards. And it's an attestament to this new earth that we're bringing in. Ourselves are actually inviting, and we're very happy. Ourselves are very happy to be feeling this. Mine are.
Yes, little smiles in each and every cell. Yeah, totally. We got some high vibes here. So the next position that we're coding is the position that is called particles of possibilities. So these are the frequencies that are building our new next. And we've got the 12. Again, just like in the 26, we've got that depths, and even here, that depths of the universal intelligence that has our back, the divine has our back. The 12 is the embodiment of creativity on a level outside programming. It's like we are creating new, you in your own way, you within the relationships that you're in, you're creating on a completely different level. And on this card, there are little arrows, and they have arrows on each end. So there's not one way, it's whatever direction you go, the divine has your back, and you're embodying this creation. It doesn't come from the outside, it will come from within. The ability to regulate yourself, the ability to hold your own self, even when something is tense or when something has a lot of energy in a relationship, you're really creatively learning to hold yourself in that, staying true to yourself and staying true to what is being expressed with respect to yourself, with great love or respect to other. Even if it is boundary setting, it's done with integrity and with truth, with creativity. That is next level up. Trish.
Yes, and this particles of possibility, anything is possible in a relationship. especially when there is a challenge and we're open and we have maybe an opportunity here to even take a risk to go beyond the patterns. Like Gabriela said, go out of programs. You know, we go day to day in relationships and we do the same thing over and over again and don't even realize we might be, you know, perpetrating something that's not good for the self or the relationship. And so this card in this position of possibilities says, be creative, think outside of the box, take a risk, and just trust and go for it.
You've got the capacity, the mastery to hold on to your sense of self.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Well, here we go. Ta-da! The word is mastery. Yeah, the 11 stays as the 11. It doesn't get broken down or added up into a single digit. The 11 is particles of probabilities. This is what's forming for you. Yeah, so within the relationship or relationships, you're truly becoming into your mastery and holding yourself, your frequencies within your body, within yourselves, in the expression of divine intelligence source frequency outside your old programming. So this is really stepping outside matrix programs. It is the embodiment of mastery. Trish.
Yeah, well, the card before it is particles of possibility, and now the particles of probability, if indeed you listen to all of this and take action and on all of the interpretations of these numbers and these cards, that at the mastery level, the particles of probability is if that you bring yourself into that oneness and do all of these things out of trust and from the highest level, that you can actually create something new in your relationship with not making heavy weather out of it, but thinking without thought. You know, don't go into lots and lots of thoughts. It's mastery. It's create something new from just settling into your heart and thinking, what's best here for all of us?
I'm really grateful you brought that in, thinking without thought, because that is the 11 really brings that in. It's no longer functioning from the little mind. It is like what we call thought without reflection, or the knowing, not the thinking. It's a different way of intelligence within you, not from the little mind. It is truly stepping into a knowing and holding that frequency while you're in relationship. So here in the middle, actually, you see this atom, and I always look at this like we're coding as we're going through this, even on a molecular level. And when we do then the actual code, as we speak, we are being coded, but we're going to do the attunement. And before I do that, I am looking now for a I am statement, an affirmation that will hold the frequency of this reading that we've just done. And I'm just going to do this now. Okay. We've got the 2024, the year of power, abundance, and the card that has come through is I am abundant. and your birthright is to live an abundant life. So yay, I mean, the amount of power that we've had in this reading, this card really doesn't surprise me to come through. So my recommendation is even write this down, the affirmation, I am abundant, and your body will be coded to hold the frequencies of this reading. Every time you're going to say your I am statement, ding, 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 your body will switch on and be an expression of that frequency until you fully hold it. So play in that months to come and the weeks to come, and really notice the little subtle differences in the way maybe you speak, you walk, you react. Who am I? Yeah, living in the frequency of abundance, and share. Trish, anything to accompany this before we do the coding?
Just that sometimes for some people, you might think of abundance as that treasure chest and, perhaps money or opportunity or whatever. But abundance comes in with feelings of heart, from the heart. Also, feelings of how can I help someone else, or how can I be kind even though this is terrible situation here. That's abundance, like living from that place of knowing what to say and do, mostly in every situation. That's abundance.
Mm. Yeah, and it's like, as I'm listening to your words, it's like that flow that never ceases. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like that
Hmm.
constant flow.
Hmm.
Beautiful.
And that's where the power comes in and the power comes from.
Yeah, totally. Thank you. Okay, so let's code us here. Hands on heart. Once again, we go within, we connect to the one ion cell, and allowing this beautiful code that has come through for us all, listening, watching now or at any time, is in the positive 1, 6, 9, 8, 3, 11, and 7. Allowing this code 1, 6, 9, 8, 3, 11, and 7 to come forth, align itself within the DNA, to express in a frequency of divine source intelligence. And imagine this beautiful frequency now to multiply into each and every cell of your body, the 30 trillion cells, give or take a trillion, to light up like trillions of little light bulbs. So imagine your body, a grid of light, lighting up with this amazing code. And feel it in your body as you say to yourself aloud or quietly, I am abundant. I am abundant. Or even you can say, I am abundance. I am abundance, or simply the word abundance. And notice how your body, how this coding is expressing itself. The code is sequencing. And we lock it in. And then we put our hands together. We say, thank you, I love you, it is done. And so it is. We are next level up, coded to create in the universe in your relationships. Any closing comment, Trish? So beautiful to be here with you and co-create with you.
Aside from it being a wonderful experience, and thank you for that, it was really fun and a pleasure, and I'm happy to connect with the people that are your connections in New Zealand too. To feel that energy, I have my stone, my New Zealand stone.
Your Pounamu.
What is the name of it?
Pounamu.
Pounamu.
The New
Yes.
Zealand, the New Zealand shade. Yes.
Yes. So thank you. And no, I thought that was perfectly done. Every word that you said was perfect. I have nothing to add to that except my gratitude. So thank you. And I hope for everyone this Valentine's Day to really take this to heart before Valentine's Day. And if your life and your relationships are a little rocky, know that you can shift something. And that's important to know you have the power to do that.
Yeah. You're backed up. Absolutely. Backed up by source intelligence. Yeah. In your body, through your body. Okay. Thank you so much, all. And we will connect again next month, and sending you so much love. Bye-bye.